Hi, I'm Tom Marks with the Marks Law Firm in Orlando, Florida, and welcome to the Healthy Family Law Attorney. Today I want to talk about my purpose and how I represent my clients. And I think the why is so important. So you've heard me say in my videos that I believe your family matters, and I want to provide hope and help to your family to successfully navigate the family law process in a healthy way. So I want to break that down today so you know exactly what I mean by that, because I've done probably 45 videos now, and I've said it a number of times, and I'd like you to really understand. I want to kind of present that to my audience so nobody has any questions about it, or if you do, of course, put that in the comment section, or if you have any ideas for future videos, please do that also. So, okay, let's dive in. So I was a child of divorce. My parents divorced when I was about 5 years old. I think it was 5.5. I saw how destructive that was. I saw how it blew apart my family, how my parents could barely speak. There was a lot of tension all the time. It had a significant impact on me and my two siblings, and it was stressful, and it was a negative experience. So let's fast forward. I'm now 35 years into practicing law. I've handled all kinds of family law cases, probably in the thousands now, and I've seen a better way of doing things. And I've worked at different firms. I started my own firm 29 years ago, primarily because I wanted to practice law a little bit differently. I wanted to practice in a more holistic way, in a healthier way. I think everyone knows that I have made a lot of health changes in the last several years, lost over 50 pounds, and I eat healthier. I get better sleep. I've been married for 34 years. I have 2 adult children that I love to death. And so I have a peaceful home, and I realize that not everyone has that, but there is hope, and that's where I start. So number 1 will be hope. Number 2 will be help. Number 3 will be your family. Number 4 will be successfully. Number 5, navigate. Number 6, healthy way. All right, number 1, hope. I have seen so many clients grow emotionally, spiritually, physically in a healthier way, but when they have hope, and I know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I've seen clients grow through the process and be stronger, be more capable. I've seen parents who have felt like they were alienated. The children were turned against them in the divorce, only to, when the children get a little older, maybe teenage years, or sometimes it takes until they graduate and get out of the house, and they look back and go, wow, my mom or dad really did love me, and they really did care about me, and they never did badmouth the other parent. So, and there's that reconciliation and restoration of those relationships. So there is hope, and I know that, and I've seen it many times, and I want to promote that. So number 2, help. Obviously, I want to help in the process. I have 35 years of experience. I've got the skill set, and I've got the desire that I want my clients to get through the process. I want to be strategic about it. I want to help in the sense of, if I can negotiate a better resolution, a better settlement, if I can reach out to the other side and be more empathetic. I can't tell you how many times after the case is done, the opposing party has referred cases to me because they like me better than their own attorney. So I'm never going to treat anyone badly in the process. Of course, not my client, not the opposing party, not witnesses. So I'm going to help get a settlement resolution, if at all possible, to avoid the costs, expense, emotionally, financially, and otherwise of a contested case or of a trial. So I also want to mention that I have a team, a legal team with 4 attorneys, paralegals, administrative team that support the client, support me. So you, as the client, always have somebody there to answer a question or to make sure things are completed. And so if the paralegal can put together the mandatory disclosure or something of that nature at a much lower professional rate than the attorney, then that's helpful to the client, and that's what we do. Okay, so let's talk about your family. So number one, I know you're the client. I have a legal and ethical obligation to represent my clients zealously, timely, make sure that I give my best efforts for you. But I also realize you represent a family, you have children, you even have extended family. And yes, your soon-to-be former spouse, or the other side, maybe in a paternity case, is still going to have to co-parent the children with you. So really, still part of the family. They're the mother or the father. So I take that holistic approach into perspective. And so I do believe that the whole family matters, extended cousins, brothers, sisters, grandparents, and you may have blended families that come into the picture, and a new spouse and their children. And so it gets more complicated. So it's better to make sure you focus on the family you have and try to keep it cohesive and co-parent the children as best you can and have good communication. Okay, what do I mean by successfully get you through the process? All right, so success may be to help you negotiate a settlement and avoid a trial or a contested case. Success may be to make sure that you get a fair settlement of equitable distribution, which is typically approximately a 50-50 split of the marital assets and liabilities. To make sure you get adequate time sharing with your children, to make sure that the parenting plan is detailed enough so I don't set you up for there to be disputes in the future, that there's no ambiguities, that there's no uncertainty, that it's clear what the time sharing is and what all the details are. Success is also protecting the children, trying to insulate them from the divorce and to avoid them being dragged into it. So, advising my client not to talk to the children about the divorce, just to tell them that their mother and father love them, and this is something that mommy and daddy are working out, and doesn't say anything negative about the children. The children should only hear positive things. And success might be, for some of my clients, to reconcile. I never know, and I'm always open to reconciliation. In fact, I make my positive trust balance, or that some people call a retainer, I make it refundable at any time, for any reason, any unused portion. So if my clients reconcile, or whatever the reason, I'm happy to give them the balance of their trust fund back if whatever hasn't been used. So a retainer technically by law is non-refundable. So I call it a positive trust balance. Okay, navigate is number 5. Navigate to me means, what is the best strategy in the case? How do we approach the case? Is it going to be collaborative? Is it going to be full-on litigation? Is it going to be some type of ADR, which is alternative dispute resolution, mediation, or other type of settlement conference, like a 4-way settlement conference with the 2 attorneys and the 2 parties in the case? So navigating is letting the client know what their legal obligations are up front. I think clients want to know, what are my options here? And so, like, collaborative is an option. And the Florida Supreme Court has said that all family law clients must be advised of collaborative law as an option to avoid litigation. I've done prior videos on collaborative law. If you want to check those out, that tells you all about it. It's a voluntary process and it avoids litigation, and it's a transparent, and it's more peaceful and more inclusive and more transparent. So check that out as an option. I don't know what the exact percentage is, but I think it's probably only about 10% of family law attorneys in Florida are actually collaboratively trained. So if that's something you want to consider, ask your attorney about it, or seek out a collaborative family law attorney. All right, the last part of my purpose is to seek all of this in a healthy way. So I want to show empathy, which I see as different than sympathy. Sympathy is kind of looking down on someone and feeling sorry for them. Empathy is putting yourself in their shoes, walking in their moccasins, feeling their pain, seeking to do what really would be in their best interest, and coming alongside them as their mentor, coach, legal advisor, and really listening. And as Stephen Covey says, seek first to understand and then to be understood. So I like to listen to clients first to see really what is it that they want to try to accomplish, and then to help them accomplish that in a healthy way. So healthy can be also looking at the whole person, right? Emotionally or psychologically, spiritually, physically, familially. A healthy way comes full circle and gives that client hope that we start with, and lets them know that the children still love them, and that they will have that relationship even after the divorce, obviously, and they can do things with their former spouse in a healthier way because it's in the best interest of the minor children, and that's what the court is supposed to do anyway. So health is, to me, physical. If you don't have your physical health, what do you have, right? And then your emotional or psychological health. And then spiritual health, I think, is really important. And I have seen clients find a sense of spiritual faith through a really dark time, because I think a divorce is like the death of a relationship, and in some ways is worse than the death of a family member, because when you have a family member die, or a friend or somebody close to you, you have a funeral and you have mourning and grieving and finality. But with a divorce, and especially for people of faith who it's kind of a stigma, you have that scarlet letter you feel, or you have to continue to deal with this person that was so difficult and you have so many bad memories about, and so there's no finality. You got to continue to work with them to co-parent the children and pursue them for child support or alimony, or to be fair or to be reasonable, and it can be very difficult. So I provide ways to help manage that, and it might be therapy, it might be co-parenting, therapist that helps not just you have personal therapy, but also have you and your former spouse go into therapy together, not necessarily to reconcile, but to at least work together well to co-parent the children, maybe in a business-like manner, but at least in a respectful manner. There's some tools like Our Family Wizard that require the parties to communicate through that app, which the judge can look at and see. It has a tone meter in case one of the parties is getting agitated or aggressive or angry, and it warns that party. Anyway, there's a lot of different ways to do that. I just wanted to say generally, those are the factors providing hope and help to your family to successfully navigate the family law process in a healthy way. I hope this helps. I hope it was clear. If you liked it, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon. Would love to see you in the next video. Thanks for joining me.